deeper into. Oh, there we go. We got some new things happening over there. There we go. That arrow there. There we go. And so this is our actual medical advisory board, and we're super excited about. Oh, it's being recorded, so let's go ahead and hit got it. Very good. So our medical advisory board, and we are always excited to bring on board new medical doctors, new chiropractors. We look to work with the best and brightest so that we can really bring the highest quality products that are available to the marketplace. And we're super excited about this impressive team here. And it's comprised of not just medical doctors, chiropractors, but registered nurses, naturopaths. We combine both Eastern and Western medicine to bring the best in class. And we can go to the next slide. Our product line, who's had an opportunity to try one of our products? Anybody have an experience, right? Where your product did something for you, right? Pretty powerful, right? Products that make an impact. That's what we pride ourselves. Not just bringing products, but we want quality products that make an impact. We started with CBD, but we have a full wellness line of various products. Let's go to the next one. In fact, our number one selling product, we go back one more slide. Is our flat belly lifestyle. I know some of you are here today because you were at the event yesterday. I know Kalisa, we met you yesterday, and she just joined our flat belly lifestyle. Yeah. Some of you are here now because you want to know more about becoming a coach for the flat belly lifestyle. What's exciting about Wakanna is we started off as pioneers navigating the space of cannabis because we recognize a lot of Black and brown people were locked up for the illegal use of the drug, right? But not understanding that the wealth side was coming. And unfortunately, most of the people who were controlling cannabis didn't look like us. So can you imagine someone who went to prison for 20 years for dealing drugs? They get out of prison, and now it's legal. And the person selling it to them is Caucasian, not Black. So it's one of those things where we wanted to get started in that industry, but then we expanded to wellness. And we added this whole flat belly lifestyle program because we also recognize that our people are leaving up out of here, and we got to bring healing solutions. And so we have a 3-step program designed to restore the body. The purifier is our liquid colonic. We know that we can all utilize a detox, right? In fact, we advise people to detox 3 to 4 times every single year. How do you know if you need to detox? Have you ever eaten an animal consumption? Anybody ever eat animals, right? Yeah. Well, guess what? Animals do not have any fiber, which means it gets launched where? In the colon. We are 40% more likely to die from colon cancer than any other community. Why? Because we eat not only meat, but how many people like the meat well done? Like those steaks well done? That well done steak, when they do autopsies, is still trapped in the colon because people aren't detoxing. So this helps you to detox. We have the superfoods, and then we have our mucus buster because we do also recognize we're full of mucus. Right? Mm-hmm. When we get pneumonia, guess what? That's mucus on the lungs. Mm-hmm. When people have COVID and they can't breathe, it's too much mucus on the lungs. Sure. We got to get the mucus out the body. And that's a program that happens to give you a flatter belly in 21 days, which is not a bad side effect, okay? Let's go to the next one. These are some of the testimonials. I mean, to me, when I look at these before and after, it's so dramatic. I look at Mary Graham. And you're like, did she have liposuction? No. She did the 21-day cleanse. Let's go to the next one. And so now I'm going to go ahead and go into the next part of this. And we're going to talk a little bit more about why we should become founding members. And so we are hosting our Blackout Week. So that's super exciting. So right now, not only can you become a founding member, but if you love any of our products, you can experience them at the lowest price ever. Woo-hoo. Because we're having 25% off all retail products site-wide, which is exciting, okay? And for some of the products, up to 50% off. Mm-hmm. So guess what? If you decide today that maybe being a founding member is not something you want to do, support the person's website who invited you here, okay? Let's go ahead and support some Black and brown businesses this Friday more than ever. Because in our community, guess what? As this pandemic has hit, as the economy has hit, who's suffering more than anybody? Mm-hmm. Black and brown people. So let's support our businesses. And there's something we call conspicuous consumption, where we're often guilty of being accused of everything we own. You can see it on us. So we might have the latest handbag. Right. I mean, that's extra stuff, okay? And let's look at the numbers, guys. $1.2 trillion. So guess what they're doing, Crystal, this Black Friday? They're trying to figure out how they can get our money, okay? Because they know that if retailers all year long, they can struggle. But on Black Friday, that's why they call it Black, because they finally get into the Black. And so they're looking to see how much of this $1.2 trillion of our money they can get. Wouldn't it be more powerful if we found a way to keep it in the community and help empower our kids, give more scholarships, help our homeless people, and do more to empower our community? But here's the reality. Has anyone heard of the metaverse? Yes. The metaverse, right? And do y'all know Facebook is changing their name? To Meta. And here's what's scary about the metaverse. Yeah, it's, a game, it's virtual reality, but here's what's scary. They want to put us in a position where we own nothing. Yeah, virtual reality. And what does that mean? It means in the metaverse, maybe you don't have $3,000 for your Louis Vuitton, but you can lease your virtual Louis. You own no Louis, but at least in the metaverse, you be flossing $300. You got your Louis. You want to drive your Rolls Royce in the metaverse, you don't own it, but at least you can fly in the metaverse, right? So imagine you're spending all your money on virtual reality stuff that you own nothing, but you're completely happy. Because in the metaverse, you just put your goggles on, and now you get to escape real life, and now you have nothing to pass on to your kids, nothing for future generations, and that's right now what they're competing for. They want to get us into this state where we just live in goggles. We don't have to go to Dubai, Fatima, because if I put my goggles on, I'm in Dubai. Right. But guess what? Wouldn't you rather go to Dubai? It's the real thing, right? And so we want to fight against that, guys. And how we fight against that? First, we focus on wellness. We know that we first have to control the state of our health. Okay? When we think about our body, you know that your physical body is the only place you have to live. And so we got to take care of it. We got to invest in our health. Our health is our wealth. And as women, we want to invest in our kids, which is great. We want to invest in our husbands, which is great. We invest in our community. We invest in our Louis. We invest in a lot of things. But a lot of times we're not investing in our health. And when you go on an airplane, what do they tell you? Put your mask on yourself first. And then you can help somebody else. Because we can't help somebody if we're trapped. Right. And so this is a big industry, and we want to not only participate in it, but ensure we're healthy as well. Financial sector. Y'all know how much money is moving through this economy. See, people think, oh, the economy's tight. Y'all know that there's going to be more millionaires created during the recession. More wealth happens right now than ever before, but also more poverty happens. So you have to ask yourself, are you going to be on the wealthy side or the poverty side? Because if $2.4 quadrillion is going to move through this economy, and that's just on the Forex market alone, that represents $6 trillion a day. So any problem we have, it can be solved right now if you make more money. And how do you make more money? You get a business. And as you get that business, you take that money and let that money work for you. One of our biggest challenges is we work too hard for money. Wouldn't it be better if you had about $2 million in the bank and you can live off $100,000 a year, which means your money is now working for you? Would you like to learn how to do just that? And see, that's what our team works to help people do. It's called residual income. And then travel. Who loves to travel? We love taking people on vacation, but we love to take you on vacation for free. Fatima, you've already been on a couple of free vacations with us. One of them was Jamaica. Yes. Our next big trip is Las Vegas. And then in 2024, we're doing Dubai. And when we do Dubai, we do Dubai. We're talking about you're going to have the ATVs in the desert, the dinner on the sand, on the camels. We're going to be at the Burj Khalifa, 5-star hotels, right? We do it up, right? We spare no expense because we want to show people a lifestyle. And that industry alone is $7 trillion. And then home-based business, $190 billion. So these are market segments that are growing. And that's why we want to show you how to position yourself in front of this. In fact, right now, and this is why I know you're super excited because you signed up into our business back in 2019. And when you heard that I can be a founding member of the company. I mean, what if you are a founding member of Amazon? What if you're a founding member and people think, okay, Amazon, that's cool. But guess what? Amazon, their first 7 years, they weren't the Amazon we know today. It took them 7 years to pay out a penny profit. 7 years. So people thought, oh, Amazon is not going to do much. Guess what they did? They sold their stock. And if they would have hung on to that stock, imagine where they would be today. And so imagine our company, we're not 7 years, right? We're just 3.5 years into this. And we're offering the opportunity for you to participate in 1% of our global revenue. Go to the next slide. So let's think about opportunities. Has anyone ever been offered an opportunity that you let slip by you? Something that somebody told you about? Anybody can think of something. I know you have something I got to find. Think of something that happened, right? Guess what for me it was? It was, well, Bitcoin for sure. I mean, anybody get Bitcoin when it was like $8, right? Bitcoin's been announced since 2011, right? In fact, one of my friends, Michelle Renee, in 2008, she was actually one of the VPs for Merck, and they were working with the actual finance groups, right? And they were talking about Bitcoin in 2008. So this is a lady who's African American who was at the table early, and she is so wealthy because she was at the seat early. A lot of us, unfortunately, we didn't get that invite to be at the table. So when Bitcoin came, we were like, what? $100 a share. Then it went to 20,000. Then it went to 50,000. It's like, what? 60,000, right? For me, it was the opportunity to be a part of Google. I actually was offered the stock pre-IPO. It opened up at $85 a share. Then it went to $300 a share. It went to $600 a share. It split 3 times. If I would have said yes to that, I wouldn't be here right now. So I'm glad I said no. I was like, what is a Google? What is a Google? It made no sense. We didn't even, to go on the internet, we had to go to the library. So who thought we were going to be up Googling all night? Right? Yeah, opportunities. That's why they don't often get taught by most people, because at the time it just didn't look like an opportunity, right? So just think about those opportunities. Let's go to the next one. Affiliate marketing. This is something that I had to really start to understand and learn, because I was told, go to school, get a great education, study hard, and then go out and get a great job, and then work your way to the top. Anybody told that same thing? See, no one ever told me, go out and find a good company that's in the network marketing space and become flat out wealthy. They never told me that. And so I kept working hard for corporate America, only to realize most people, when they retire, they're either dead, broke, or dead. So here's the reality. Why are we so committed to a 40-year plan where most people end up at the 48 years, dead, broke, or dead, but we have an industry like this where if you give it 2 to 5 years of serious commitment, it's helped to create almost more millionaires than any other industry on the planet. And so we've got to recognize this is a great industry. You got to find a great company, and affiliate marketing works, right? 40% of U.S. merchants are acquiring new customers through this type of marketing. Microsoft, they're all getting in on it because they know word of mouth works. How many of you have ever referred a movie, a restaurant? If I said, hey, where's the best place to eat right now? You'll be telling me where to go eat. Do you get paid for that? No. But we're already doing it. Go to the next one. Look at this. Oftentimes as parents, we're so proud of our kids and they play sports, and the kids want to become professional football players and basketball players. But guess what their chances of becoming a footballer? It's slim to none, right? Yeah. And they say Slim jumped out the window, right? And then we get excited about the lottery. Well, guess what? We have a better chance of getting into the NFL than winning the lottery. So. Right. But look at the difference. NFL does $9 billion a year. Multi-level marketing does $190 billion every single year, and it's growing. It's a thriving industry. As the pandemic happened, people started joining this type of industry, started leaving and walking away from jobs to do this type of industry. Here's what we call poor. We call it passing over opportunities repeatedly, right? It's kind of analysis of the paralysis, right? Everybody offers 2 opportunities of a lifetime twice. And I always ask you, is this your first or last? Go to the next one. So again, 1% of our company's gross revenue is on the table. So we're going to get into some of those details if you can flip through. Our business model is disruptive because we said, let's go ahead and build a traditional business. So yeah, we have a traditional business, 5,000 square foot. We have our warehouse. We have our mini lab. We have our dispensary downstairs. We call it our weed cafe. We have our upstairs event space. Then we have corporate headquarters space. So really phenomenal space. But we said, let's give people the opportunity to have that concept in a box, a business in a box. I know you saw the box there you walked through. So she's got her own little mini dispensary that we transported here to Albany. So go to the next one. Because here's what we learned. Sometimes in life, we're just not going to always get those phone calls, right? People aren't going to always say, hey, let me tell you about what's going to happen with cannabis, okay? We're just going to get left out. So if we're going to get left out, we have to make a decision if they're denying us a seat to do what? To build our own table. Yeah. And that's what we've done. We built our own table, a business built by us, for us. We're social sellers who are building something that really, truly can be legacy. And so let's look at growth. Because when a company grows, ideally, they say 15 to 25%. That's good for startup companies, right? A great growth. But here's what I've also read. When America catches a cold, Black America gets pneumonia. Mm-hmm. Why is that? Why are we the ones hurting more than any other community right now? But if I look at this next slide, it also tells me in life, you got to find a market segment that's growing, because in our business, we've actually grown more than 30% year after year after year. In fact, let's look at this next one, because even during this pandemic, global shutdown, economic recession, unprecedented war, we are still one of the few companies that's actually growing. And so when we think about our budget, if we were paying based on profit, then you would wait for the profit. So let's say we had a 10% profit, then you would get paid out on that. That's how Amazon and a lot of the companies that are public companies work. See, this is not an investment because you're getting paid guaranteed based on revenue. Let's take a look at what that looks like. So our company, over the last 40 months, we've exceeded over $8 million in gross sales, over $200,000 average per month. This month, we're already hit over $500,000, so we'll probably do well over $1 million just this month alone. But what that looks like for founding members, when you think about people that are also distributors, I know some of you are distributors, right? Distributors in our business, they work our business, and look at this. We've taken $3.5 million and we paid it out to distributors like Fatima, like Maddie, like Rosalind, like Crystal, all across this country, because what we do is we partner with you. We're saying, listen, instead of you coming up with all this money to buy a business, we give you a simple way to do it. It's like a mini type franchise. It's a real disruptive model because we call it our micro franchise opportunity. And so let's look at founding members. Founding members get 1% of our gross revenue, and we pay it out just like a light bill. See, again, if it's an investment, you're waiting on profit, you're looking at financials with the gross revenue, just like our light bill has to get paid every month, our founding members get paid every single month. And that is called a game changer. I know, Crystal, you talked about, hey, listen, I've been a part of these other companies. No one's offered me a seat at the table to participate in 1% of company's gross revenue. Like you said, Fatima, on businesses that you don't even have anything to do with, but you can get a check from those businesses. In fact, this is what we've actually paid out in other bonuses too. So when you are a founding member, there's some great things you get back, like cash back, loyalty points. And so far, just this year, we've already paid back $63,200 in cash back and loyalty, which is exciting because we just started the founding member program about 3 weeks ago. And so by the time the month will end, can you imagine what this number is going to look like, right? So let's look at the next one, because since the founding member started back in 2019, this is the amount of money we've also paid out in cash back in what we call Wakanna bucks, over $310,000. Does this sound interesting to anybody in this room? Right? Like, I want some of that. Well, we believe that we are in front of one of the greatest transfers of wealth of our lifetime, because we are a business that's really saying, let's empower each other. Because when I think about Walmart, they told me there were people at Walmart that were sweeping the floor. But because they were at Walmart in the beginning, at the right place at the right time, they wanted to take care of employees. So they gave their employees stock, and you know that some of those employees became multi-millionaires. Mm-hmm. And so that's how we looked at this. We said, listen, because you guys are with us in the beginning, Fatima, because you had that faith, right, that belief when we were just getting started. Like, she got started before we had ever hit our first $1 million. That means she had that blind faith that this was going to work. Mm-hmm. $8+ million later, right, we've proven the concept works. And so what we're saying is, guys, this is only going to get bigger. Join us now while we're still here in the beginning days. and share in that 1%. So let's look at some of the details on how it works. We're going to click through a couple times. That's our awesome CSO. But what's your goal? Think about this Black Friday. Does anyone in here have any goals for Black Friday? Anybody have any goals? None. Right. Well, we're going to give you some goals, okay? So let's talk about some goals. Maybe a goal could now be leaving a legacy. Anybody can think about, does that sound good? Anybody want to leave a legacy, right? Here's another goal. You can go diamond. Diamond in our company means you get a free trip to Dubai. Diamond in our company means you're making more money per month than some people make in 4 to 5 months of working a job. So that's an exciting income. Or you can just say, hey, let me reach some goals. Maybe some health goals this Black Friday. You know, maybe I want to reach some wealth goals. Maybe just make a couple $100 extra. They said the average person could avoid bankruptcy if we just had $500 a month. If we can just send you $500 in this month versus you spending $500, would that be good for somebody in this room? Absolutely. And so let's look at our founding member program, okay? And let's look at how it works. We have 2 packages. One of them is for brand new members. So this is for somebody who's never been in our business. You've never became a founding member. You've not bought any of our packages. We call this our new member founding dispensary. And it actually has a value of about $2,800. As a new member, you're going to be able to get that for $19.99. And what's exciting about it, it's got products. So there's products there that you can utilize. You can give them out as gifts. But here's what's also exciting. Do you know that this actually qualifies you for starting a business? Which means that money that you just spent, you can actually write it off on your taxes. What Christmas presents you might be thinking about buying right now that you can write off? And not only can you write them off, can you imagine, this would be my Christmas list right here. Because again, we can either continue to be conspicuous consumers, or we can say, I want to flip the script. I want to do something that's going to help me impact my legacy. And here's what's also exciting. Let's say money is an issue for you right now, maybe $19.99 is out of your reach. You can pay 50% down. So there's a payment plan we allow to help you get started. And the other thing we're doing, because Black Friday is here, instead of waiting on your cash back, because with this pack, you get 200 cash back and you get 200 in loyalty points. We're going to give you an instant $200 cash back, which means you technically would get this for $17.99 and you can do half down. Is that a pretty good deal? Yes. Now, if you're in our business already, and some of you have already bought the founding member pack, and perhaps you want to buy additional shares, we do allow people to purchase up to 3 shares. If you're new, the first share is at your normal price. Second one is at the $9.99. It's going to also include great products. The difference is because you already got skin in the game, we're going to let you buy your second and third share at the $19.99 and get the same type of value delivered in the mail. Let's look at the next one. Here's also what's exciting. See, the first 3 years, they call us the Harriet Tubmans, right? We were traveling. They're like, these are the Harriet Tubmans, and we're traveling. If you look at our team, these are all co-founders as far as owners of the company. Dr. Rita is one of the co-owners. Dr. Pat is a state senator in Illinois. She's one of the co-owners. Then we have Phyllis Nash. And so in the beginning, people would tell our story. These 4 women, they're African American, and we love you guys telling our story, but guess what? We're now ready to pass the torch to you, Rosalind. We want it to be about you, Fatima. It's time for us to tell your story. So now when you come to our corporate headquarters, guess who's plastered on the wall? Fatima, Rosalind, all of you become the future of this company. Isn't that powerful? As founding members, now this is your wall. And you can come like you guys do, and you take pictures of yourself on the wall, right? So that's exciting. The other thing that founding member status allows you to do, because I'm the type of person, if I'm going to do work, but if I can get paid more money for the same effort, who wants more money for the same effort, right? Right, absolutely. Founding member status also allows you to jump several layers in our comp plan where you get paid as a sapphire from day 1 for your first 6 months. It gives you a chance to really start to build a business and earn your way to sapphire. And this is very exciting. Normally, if you did not do that, let's look at the next one, you would only get 3 levels. But again, as a sapphire, we open up a few more levels for you as well. So how do you qualify now? So what does it mean to actually share in 1% of the gross revenue? So here's how it works. We look at every month, what is the revenue, right? What's the gross revenue? We take 1% of that. Then we look to see how many people have qualified that month. And what does it mean to qualify? It means you have to have your customers. How many customers do you need to qualify? You need at least 3 customers. But here's the good news. You can be one of those customers. So you plus 2 qualifies you to actually participate in our founding member pool. Here's what's exciting though. Sometimes people do the founding member because they're thinking legacy. They're thinking, okay, I want something for my grandkids, my kids. So maybe I'm not going to get my 3 customers my first year. Once you're a founding member, you never lose the status. So if you decide, I'm going to wait a year before I even think about customers, you still have the status. And here's the other thing you need to understand. Our founding member closes out this year. And I know you're excited about that, Fada, because see, every year, they've been founders, but every time we open it up to new founders, what happens? It's going to dilute the pool, right? So they're like, okay, we're sharing. And now they're like, yes, we don't ever have to share with anyone else. Because officially you are at the table because now you're positioned to be overriding something that no other group can get into. And what makes this really exciting, as well as we've done here in the United States, when you do a business like this, guess where most of your growth is going to come? International. See, in America, we have a lot of options. So we're not as hungry as they are in Malaysia, right? In Malaysia, the average income over there for the families is $500 a month. When they join businesses like this, they stick together, they pull their money, and they go crazy. You go build a business in China, and you're going to see work ethic, right? Because they don't have the same opportunities we have. And so what that means is because you decided to position yourself as a founding member in the U.S., when we expand this internationally, you're not overriding just the 1% in the United States, Crystal, but that 1% will apply for every country around the world. Is that not exciting? Go to the next one. So what's the customer requirement? So now here's the deal, guys. Normally, you have to have those 3 customers, but what we're doing for those who purchase their shares before now, between now and Black Friday, we're technically waiving the customer requirements all the way until January. That means you won't have to worry about 3 customers in November. You won't have to worry about 3 customers in December. And by then, it's going to help you understand how you can attract these customers. Because with our products, one, you can sell the flat belly all day long. I mean, people love the flat belly. That's an easy product to sell. But some of our products cost, what, $8? I mean, how simple is it to sell an $8 product? So it's not like these are expensive products, which means you're going to be able to get those customers. But we're going to waive that requirement all the way to 2023 for anyone that becomes a founding member between now and Friday, Black Friday. Let's go to the next one. I'm going to look more, just go one more. So let's look at this, because what's also exciting, because some of you are not just starting as a way to earn extra income, you want to build a business. And so for those who want to actually build a business, I know like Maddie, you're doing a great job, really proud of what you're doing here. I mean, just a great person. She invited me to church today. So I went to church with Maddie, and it was so awesome. I'm like, I'm back just to go to church. Because we have some great pastors, but they threw down at Albany. I was like, something about this city, okay? But if you decide to advance levels in our company, you can turn your 1 share into 3. You can turn your 1 share into 6. You can turn your 1 share into 12. Because when you qualify at higher levels, we give you more shares every month you qualify. Is that a pretty good deal? Yeah. Absolutely. Not to mention, when you hit Ruby, and I know many people are hitting Ruby this month, you go with us to Las Vegas, and we're going to pay for all your accommodations for free. And then let's say you hit Diamond. What's exciting is our diamonds are coming with us to Dubai. So on top of the money, on top of the perks, on top of the founding member status, we have a lot of perks and trips that we also provide. Let's look at some of the specifics now. So we're going to get into some details, like how does it work? When do I get paid out? What's the pay schedule? When am I expecting a check, right? People like, get me to the nitty gritty, right? Okay, so here's how it works. Christian, you just saw his picture. He's the one that actually is involved with us calculating all the numbers and stats. But we pay this out 4 times a year. So the next payout we have is on January the 15th to the 22nd. And then we have the payout on April 15th to the 22nd. I love April 15th because if you ever make enough money, you have to do what? Pay taxes on the 15th. So it's always a relief to get a check on the 15th. I'm like, give me my check, okay? July 15th to the 22nd, October 15th to 22nd. So those are the 4 times a year. We pay those out every single quarter. They go out like clockwork. Look at the next one, our average share. So let's look at that. Remember I talked about Amazon and how Amazon took 7 years to make a profit. Their first share that you would have received from Amazon would have been 1 penny for every share you own. Now, again, we are a company that's 3.5 years, not 7 years. And already our average shares are $4. Now, I tell people to look at it this way. You bought a business that you can write off. That's already a plus. That's a win. Sell your products, you're in profit mode. And so now anything extra that you get, that's kind of like the gravy, okay? That's the cherry on top. Because I know right now, if you just left your money in the savings account, what kind of interest are they paying? Like pennies, right? So to get something back every quarter for the rest of your life, that is a game changer, guys. And it's only going to get bigger because as the company's revenues grow, now since we're closed it out, no one else can jump in. So imagine what those shares will look like in the next 3 to 5 years, right? Exciting. In fact, let's look at this. So new enrollment, for our founding member program ends on November 30th. So even though we have our Black Friday special, you will have all the way through November the 30th, okay? And that means for the first time, no new shares. We say the pool locks forever on December 31st because if you get in and pay your 50% at least, you have until December 31st to pay the other half. But that's why we say until December 31st, so you can do a payment plan. See, I started this industry. The first company that I was with that retired me, my bank account was negative $33. But guess what? I was sick and tired of being sick and tired. And I knew that I had to do something different for that to change. And so guess what happened? I decided to join that business and I had negative $33. The business cost me $500. How did I do it? I was thankful they took checks and I had a fiance at the time. So I wrote that check and I went home and said, in my account. And here's the reality though, that business retired me at 33 years old. I was able to retire. So my point is, if money's tight right now, that's why you need a business. Because we want the next 40 years to pass and money still to be tight. We got to do something different, right? And so the founding member program is not an investment. It's important that you understand that. Because if it was an investment, again, you're waiting on profit. This is guaranteed. Just like the light bill. Revenue happens. We take 1%, it goes into the pool. Let's go to the next one. Here's some ideas that really can help you kick off this Black Friday in a great fashion. We want you to set some goals. Set some goals. We want you to go diamond if that's what you choose. Maybe you want to go ruby. Make a list. Everyone's going to be sitting around the table at Thanksgiving. We're going to have fellowship with our family. And here's the reality. We know that our folks are leaving up out of here. Every time I talk to my mom, somebody else has passed. There's another funeral. So if you do nothing else at Thanksgiving after we pray and break bread, talk to our family about at least coming in and seeing Fatima and the team and getting a Bible scan. What if you just gave everybody in your family a chance to know what's happening on the inside of their body so they can make decisions? What if you just gave them a gift that you don't have to pay for, but they don't know? You say, I'm giving you a gift. It's a free scan. You're like, oh, thank you so much. It's an $850 value. You pass that person on to Fatima. You pass that person on to Maddie. They'll do that scan for you. And do you know the impact we can make with our legacy if we just have people do that? And so that's what I'm going to challenge everyone to do during Black Friday, during the Thanksgiving holiday. Talk with your family, have those conversations, because we don't want another Thanksgiving to come by and have people that were sitting at that table that we see, oh, they had a heart attack, they had a stroke. And then you're going to be thinking, I should have told them about the bioscan, right? So let's do that. Let's book parties. Let's ask for support. Let's give the gift of health and wealth. Attend the calls and webinars. As you can see, we probably have more people on the webinar now than we have here. We have about, 10 people here. Thank you guys for coming out, but we want to say hi to those of you out there on the webinar. We're always excited to see people plugging in from all across the country. So you can join us via Zoom, reach out to us, schedule 3 ways. If you have somebody that you really want to hear this, and maybe like you said, Rosalind, she's like, I'm great. And saying, hey, y'all, we got the Bible scan. She's like, but I don't want to close them. I don't want to do any of that. Well, guess what? You have a team that's here to help you. You can pass that person right to Fatima, and guess what Fatima's going to do? She's going to be that expert that's going to do that 3-way, that's going to answer their questions. So just know you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. You get support every step of the way. Add people to our Facebook group. Who's on Facebook? Everybody. There's like, what, 1 billion people, 2 billion people on Facebook? I mean, that's crazy. So just add people to our Facebook group. Be a part of the greatest transfer of wealth that we believe of our lifetime. And so before we close it out, what I want to do, because I know we have some of you in the room, like Maddie, come on up, Maddie. I want you to come up real quick. Maddie is really great. You know, people who do well in this business lead from their heart. And I can tell with Maddie, she does this from the heart. She does this because she cares about people. She wants them to be healthy. She wants them to understand. So I want you just to share, because you're now a founding member. You know, her name is on the wall. And we're just so proud of you for being who you are. And you're just a blessing to us. And thank you for inviting me to church today. I had a great time. Yeah. And I know she's got some new clients that's coming out of that experience. Because the pastor gave me a shout out. He said, "Oh, the CEO of Wakanna is in the house, y'all." So we had a couple of people come up. And so I know you're going to get some customers from that. But just share with them just a little bit about why you're excited about Wakanna and the founding member program.
Awesome. Again, thank you, Melissa. We're so honored to have you here and to be in your presence. But what I love about Wakanna is that the product works. It works. Believe me today. Thank you too, Fatima, for all your guidance. I see you like a proud mama said that. But thank you too for all your guidance as well. But in terms of the program and how it works, it has been a blessing to me and my family. My husband has flare-ups with gout and all that, but he uses the pain cream. At first he wouldn't use it. In fact, he was on crutches. He went from first he started with a cane, then he went to crutches, and then finally I said, "You got to try this. You won't get to the clinic part, but I got him to try the pain cream." And all of a sudden the crutch was down, and he was now with the cane, and it was just tap, tap, tap. I said, "Boy, you're moving awfully quick. What's going on there?" I said, "Must be the product." "Oh no, let me keep trying to make sure it works." But he's my number one customer. But in terms of the legacy and the being a founding member, I too wanted to have something to give back as a legacy to my one child who I was hoping to be online. Hi, Mariah, if you're out there, shout out.
And I'm first today, right? Yeah.
Yes, she was there, and you saw her yesterday too. Yeah, she stopped by the evening. But I thank you for the program, and thank you for all that you poured into the Black community. Don't stop.
Thank you. Thank you. Right, well, we want you to come up real quick because I just want everyone to understand. She positioned herself as a founding member. And again, she's like, I'm not a salesperson. And I'm like, this is phenomenal because I'm not a salesperson. Most people will not know I was extremely shy, introvert. So this business is about caring. It's about leading from your heart and just being a consultant. Like find people that may have problems and offer solutions, right? And that's what I know you're going to do well. You've been working so hard the last couple of days, and we're just proud of you. So just kind of share why you're excited about being a founding member. What made you decide to do it?
My mother and both my mother and father passed in 2020, and my mother was dying from uterine cancer. And at the time, she knew CBD could help, and she tried a lot, to get it together so that she could try and save her life. It didn't happen. She waited too long, but what she did do was leave me with the seed of CBD, so I didn't know. And Fatima had been sending Wakanna. It was coming through on the emails and on Facebook. So I would check it, every stay in contact, and I kept seeing this Wakanna, what is this Wakanna thing? And I was able to, once my parents, and everything had gone on, I was able to connect and find out what Wakanna was. And we were coming up on the 420 conference, and she said, "So, come as my guest." It was so astonishing and amazing and, just jaw-dropping. That's what I was going to tell you. We want to do it in person, and that's how amazing those events are, because I learned so much from Wakanna and about CBD that I couldn't wait before the event was over to tell you, I want that. I want to be in that, because I think my mother directed me there, and I learned so much about CBD. What I am most proud of is the pain cream. That's so awesome. I tell everybody, if you're walking down the street and you're like, "Hey girl, my back. I was like, man, I got pain cream for this. Everybody, like, you good sales. I was like, I'm not trying to sell it to you. I'm trying to help you. You will not be in pain. I promise you. You try this. Give it a few minutes. Come back. I bet you. And they all do. So that's my. And that I'm so grateful for. Thank you so much, because you said it, Crystal. It's like, who CEO comes down from $1 trillion company to come and hang out with the group, with the little people? And, I'm like, oh my God, you're amazing. And that makes it work, because you know how to make it work. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you, Dr. Mom, because Jesus is Mama. Yeah. Come on. This is for us. This is for us. She didn't do anything for herself. She said, this is for us. Come on. I'll fix it for you. What do you need? You want me to come and pick you up? Come on, we'll do that, And that's how she is, and it keeps us going. Thank you.
Speaking of Fatima, let's do this. Why don't we bring you back up, Fatima? Because you really heard it all. I mean, hopefully today you made a choice, whether you're going to be a customer and support us, whether you're going to be a distributor, or maybe you want to be a founding member. But the person who really kicked off Albany, she actually kicked off New York. And I told her, I said, it's great that we're here in Albany, but this is going to expand past Albany. We're going to expand into Rochester, Buffalo, Manhattan. I said, there's going to be a day where we're going to do events in New York, right down in Manhattan where your daughter's right. So, and we're going to have auditoriums, because we've been in a position where we started small, a few people. Next thing you know, we were in football stadiums, Ram Stadium in St. Louis. We had that packed out with 20,000 people. This is the beginning. And you're here at the table early, and she's the reason why we're all in this room right now. So, Fatima,
thank you. Yes, I came into this founding member program, I don't know if you heard before, because of my two children. I needed to leave a legacy for them. I need to leave something. Even when I was in other multi-level marketing companies, and I've done my few, right? And that's how I got to know so many people here in Albany because of my networking abilities. And all through that, I've never been able to really see any financial benefit from it. And that is what I also found in Wakanna. They are seriously interested in us doing better. Mm-hmm. And I needed to leave that for my children. So I got on board and I became a founding member, and I've been getting shares every single year. I'm getting my last 3 now so that I can lend an even amount to each child and know that they're going to be, be set, because I see the future in this company, especially as we go international. So I just want to close out and say, I just hope you enjoyed listening to Melissa. I know everybody in the room enjoys the products. You use the products. I can tell you what you like. You like the what is it? The roll up. You like the tinctures and the pain, right? It works. I know it works. It works. So, and I know those on the Zoom, I know what you like. You're doing the cleanses, you're doing all of that. The product is phenomenal. We know that. That's the bottom line. So we know that once this goes international, it's going to be phenomenal. So we can position ourselves right now in a place, if you see the vision, that is wonderful. If you don't, that's wonderful, because you'll still use the product. But Melissa did a fabulous job of presenting that to us. And we thank you for coming here. Thank you, for, you were saying the little guys down here, and I just see, phenomenal things happening here out of Albany and stretching our roots and, going much further than we are now. So thank you.
We can definitely stay around for questions too. What's exciting is I know for sure I'm going to make my flight. Last time we were close. We were doing the blood types, remember?
Yes.
And everyone was trying to get the blood type.
We were running.
And I was like trying to do everybody. And she was like, "You're gonna miss your flight."
Yes.
I'm like, "Hey, we'll just see."
And we were running from Troy. Yeah. I also want to open it up for any questions, and also online, if you, those who are on Zoom, if you have any questions, please
How many
just
founding members are there?
Right now we have about 900, honey. That's it, 900.
Okay.
So again, this is
Yeah, it's limited.
round.
Round, yeah.
Yeah.
How much it cost? What does it cost to be a founding?
So the founding member pack, because we're gonna apply your instant cash back, you can do that pack for $17.99. We're gonna give you the Black Friday special, and that's gonna come with $2,800 worth of products, hand cream and all the good stuff.
So you have to become a seller before you can.
No, you can become a consumer of it. You can buy from yourself. So you can either be a business owner that buys only from yourself, or you can get the products and you can give them as gifts, or you can sell them. It's your choice. But a lot of people who don't want to sell become founding members for the opportunity. Just because you're going to share, even if you're not a big seller, big promoter, you're still going to share. Yeah.
And I often hear people have concern about those 3 customers. Well, one, it's you.
You're one customer.
Right? But you're going to continue getting your products, so you don't have to worry about that. And then the others can, be family members, be friends, just people, even just saying, someone who has pain, you put that pain cream on them, they're gonna be customers, for life. They're not gonna do without that pain cream. So you're always gonna, it's not a major fee to have 3. I mean, other companies I know, you can own 5, 6 shares, right? And you have to do 3, 3, 3,
Right,
3, 3 for every share that you own. You got to do 3 customers. But what Wakanna is doing, what Melissa's saying, is that for as many shares of this company, in revenue that you own, there's 3 customers. And those 3 customers can buy $7. The lowest thing is $7.95. It doesn't matter. There's no price max. It's just that I look at it as if we're going to participate in the revenues, we're going to override the revenues, then we need to put a little something into the revenue pool.
Right.
You don't
You
pull
get
from
nothing,
it
you get
and don't
something
put
for
it
nothing.
exactly.
That is
Even
the
if
bottom
you
line.
just buying the product for
Yeah.
yourself.
Right, but look at how much you're going to pull out in comparison to what you actually put into the revenue.
Sure.
And to add to that, before you go to the next, so don't forget your question though, is he's right. You're adding 3 customers, which is exciting for founding members because you want new customers. That creates an excitement. But also too, I'm going to tell you, we're all founding members already. You're founding members of something, because I know between now and December 31st, most of us in this room are going to spend at least $2,000, whether it's on an iPhone now, these new flip phones that cost $2,000, right? We're already founding members of something. The question is, what we founded was stuff that we bought that just don't pay us 1% share. And so the point is, let's go ahead and do something now where you buy something that you don't have to, and like the iPhone, you have to buy every year. Because it's going to be obsolete. In a couple of years, your phone, all of a sudden, it's like your pictures are crisp. Why are my pictures blurry now? It's like they had something else. Like, so the point is, if we're going to be founding members, let's be founding members of a company that's going to say, listen, for the rest of your life, that decision you did today is going to put you at the table, right?
Absolutely.
So, yeah. No, your question.
Thank you for reminding us about the 50% down.
Yeah.
Totally forgot about that.
Yeah, you can do 50% down. We want everybody that wants it, like the father said, we're going to figure out a way to help you. Okay?
We're gonna work that out.
Yeah, we're going to work it out.
We're gonna work it out.
The qualifying part starts again in January.
January 1st.
And
Yeah.
that's the
3 customers. One of them.
Yeah.
Got it.
So even if you don't get 3 customers now, you're going to get a payout of the largest payout, right? Because this is our largest season. This is our biggest season. You're going to get that without the 3 customers, just because you became a founding member during this.
But normally you have to have 3 customers a month.
Including you. So you are one of those customers.
Right. January. And usually whatever customer you get, they're gonna be your customer every month.
Yeah.
They use the
Once they use it.
And wait till one of
Like
them-
now,
When auto ship kicks in, that's gonna be even
It's gonna make it
easier.
easier, yeah.
When auto ship kicks in, all you gotta do is have two people on auto ship
Right.
and you can set up that.
So why is auto ship not on board?
So here's what's exciting. I'm glad you said that, okay? So because we're in the CBD cannabis space, we would advise, once we expand more into wellness, it'll be more palatable for merchants because CBD is still controversy, right? So we didn't do the auto ship, and that's the excitement though. Imagine a company that's growing 30% year after year with no auto ship, which tells you people come back to our website because they want the product, not because we're just charging them a charge.
Right.
But people, I've never seen a business where people are asking us for auto ship. Our customers are like, why can't I have auto ship?
Right.
Just deliver my product. And that to me validates the business. And like you said, it's gonna now, when we have the auto ship, make it simple because you find two customers that can't live without that pain cream.
Exactly.
And there you go. Right? There you go. Yeah.
Et cetera. Okay.
I'm glad you said that, right? Now you just see the opportunity is even bigger than we think. Yeah.
So are we looking at 2023 for auto ship?
Yeah, it's actually, we actually are doing a whole new rebranding, which is exciting. Like, when you guys see the whole, I mean, you excited about what you saw there? We even took it to a whole other level because we're going multicultural. We're launching in other countries. We have a whole strategy right now. We work with people that are converting everything into Spanish. So so 2023 is when the auto ships will kick in, and our first few countries we launch in. So exciting times, yes.
It is.
What is the age range for those who are able to take the detox and the, things like that? Because my daughter and I want to detox together. So she was asking about that. Well, I'm interested in it as well. I have the gummies, but before I say, yeah, sweet, let's take this together and do it, we're gonna ask questions about that.
Absolutely. And so if you, because I know you're 15, so at 15, basically the diet on the program is mainly just eliminating meat and cooked food. So we're going back to a raw program where we're eating raw fruits and vegetables for a 21-day period to heal the body. And so when you are 12, a lot of times we'll have you work directly with one of our naturopaths so they can guide you through the program. At 15, we would say you probably want to do the 7-day first. As long as you're not diabetic or any kind of medication like that, because it's just raw fruits and vegetables, it's just living food. So it's not like it's and even the powders, there's no pills or anything like that. You're taking beet extract, moringa, superfoods. And so that's the good thing about it. It's just natural plant extracts. There's no chemicals, no fillers, everything's organic. So it's very beneficial for kids to do it because what we find with our kids, some of their scans are worse than ours. A lot of these boys, especially, they're eating fast food every day. They don't get fruits or vegetables. And so they're having plaque on their arteries. They're having plaque in their vascular system. And they told us that we've just given birth to the first generation of kids who have a shorter life expectancy than us. We've got to break that curse. And this 21-day cleanse is a big part of it. Got to break that.
That is crazy.
Yeah. Got to break it.
Yeah.
So I'm glad you're interested in that. And that comes with your family. So here's the deal, guys. If you like the kits and the cleanses, all that comes with your founding member price. That alone, the 21-day cleanse is like $300. The 7-day cleanses are like $119. You get some of the 7-day cleanses, you get the 21-day. So you get a lot of product that's going to help you sustain this.
And I have until December 31st.
No.
To finish it, you have to pay your first payment before November 30th,
Okay.
and you can pay the rest before December 31st. So it's kind of like you get in the door, pay half down.
Okay.
Yep.
And then, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I will see you.
Awesome. So it sounds like you're ready to do it. Okay. Okay, no
You
problem.
gotta do what you
I
gotta do.
remember you told me you had to work today. You might work today, so thank you.
But this is phenomenal and I really wanna do it. I can think of like 10 people who would benefit from this immediately. Wow. Starting with my husband. No, we all about to mention now.
Yeah.
This, right?
Get the scan, find out.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, he was miserable. Not good.
Yes, we gotta help. We're gonna help him. Hey, we're gonna help him get those dance issues back.
Right. Right.
AJ has a question.
But thank you for coming.
You are so
excited. Let me get you.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I want to hit you.
Oh, absolutely.
Wait, can somebody quickly do it? With my low battery. Okay.
Yes, Steve.
Let me get some lighting.
Oh, you can turn this way too. If you bottom. Oh, there you go. Okay.
Here we are. Bright light.
Go. All right.
I was like, wait a minute, it didn't make sense. It didn't make any noise. You know, thank you so much. And yes, I have to go.
And you probably have your phone on silent.
Yeah, I did. You know, I'm like, okay, I don't want it to make noise. Blessings to you.
Thank you.
And travel
blessings.
safely.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
Because I don't like right.
So, I think I told you this on Friday night, so my grandparents, well, one of them has, heart disease and one of them has, stage 4 colorectal cancer. My grandfather is really stuck in his ways, you know, I just saw in his bedroom, he had honey bun and a granola bar. He's been all his life been having like, you know, he's always snacking. And he's a meat eater, and it's so hard to get him to open up to try holistic health. Like we even went to Ollie's in Latham yesterday, and we got this plant-based cooking that includes meat, and it involves recipes that have, you know, clear, crisp pictures because sometimes they need pictures. Do you have are there any like testimonials of people who've had like heart attacks in their 40s? Because he had a heart attack in his 40s and he almost died, but thank goodness for my mom who was able to help my grandmother get him to the hospital in time. It was just within a few minutes. If they didn't get him in time, he would have died back in his 40s. So I would have never even knew him. But yeah, it is so hard. I don't know how to break it to them. And you know, in 2012, when my grandmother was diagnosed with colorectal cancer, I was like, God, please help me find a cure. Please help me find a cure for my grandmother because my great grandmother died about September last year, and during the hospital, I would play.
We're gonna be here to work with you and help you. We're gonna help you. Okay.
My great grandmother, and I was in the hospital with her. I would do like Bible study with her. And I would play songs and music frequencies, trying to save her life. And I just couldn't.
But you know what? You being there and just caring and leading with your heart, you know, that's the greatest love you could have given her. I mean, that you gave her a gift, honey. Just the presence of your effort and heart that you cared so much, and whatever we can do to help your grandfather and your grandmother now. And we've got a lot of great testimonials. In fact, Dr. Prince, who started the program, the reason why he went into naturopath, his grandmother had a massive heart attack and died on Thanksgiving at the dinner table. It traumatized him. He had heart disease himself in his 40s. He could reverse that, end up competing at the world champion level against 20-year-olds in his 40s. Now he's in his 50s. Clear picture of health. So whatever we could do to work with your grandparents, perhaps, I don't know if they're willing to come and see Fatima. Are they off? Sometimes we have to get other people involved.
Well, I got here. My grandmother dropped me off.
Okay, so she can't.
My grandmother's been really. She got really better with her nutrition.
Okay.
She's been taking my suggestions. She eats more fruits and vegetables. And she's been doing the and everything. And she believes in, you know, maintaining a positive mindset.
Awesome. So you have impacted.
She's a 10-year cancer survivor right now.
Girl, you are a blessing. You understand? You are gifted. And we would love to help your grandfather. And I understand that food addiction is real. And a lot of times we just have to keep doing what we're doing, lead with your heart. At the end of the day, you can't make them do something, but if you just keep loving on them, keep sharing the information, at some point, I believe there will be a breakthrough, just like with your grandmother. So we're going to claim that for your grandfather. And yes, if he's willing to make some changes, whatever he's dealing with, we know that as long as you have breath on this earth, it can be reversed. Our bodies are miracles. But we just gotta believe and start to do the right thing. And that's what you're helping me do. So I'm proud of you.
Also, bought them an acupressure mat, and they've been using that, and I've made herbal mixtures for them for their arthritis and everything, and it's worked, and it's just the diet is really hard.
And you know, the good thing too, remember the frequency and energy? And I was telling you about the whole photon energy. So we're gonna talk about that too, because even in that environment, your grandfather would start to repair, even making bad decisions. So we'll, hopefully we can get one of those here. We just invested in it for the Chicago office, but we wanna get them all over. But it's basically an environment that raises the frequency of your organs just by being in the environment.
Wow.
And that's another technology they kept from us. We're the second African American company, period, in the world to get the technology.
Wow.
Just like we did the bioscan. So now we're bringing a healing component to the energy that even goes beyond eating the healthy food. So we got you, girl. You're here for a purpose, a reason. So you're gonna be with us, right? Be one of our coaches.
And also, would you like to share a picture with you?
Yes, let's take pictures, everything. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
And this is the future. This is the future.
That's right.
That's right. Seriously, and I just feel proud that you would be the future. Hand that baton.
Did they
Never the Dr.
definitely?
Sabies of the world, you know, in the female fashion.
And, I would also like to, ask for prayers. Because of the loss of my great grandmother, I went south. Because a couple years ago, I went eating great, and throughout the pandemic, because I work at a nursing home, and I went through so many losses, residents, especially my great grandmother, that I even fell off track.
I understand.
And
Emotionally.
next month, I have an appointment to get a thermography scan.
Yeah.
Because
Make sure.
something's been going on me health wise. So I would just like prayers.
Yes, we're gonna keep you in our prayers, and that photon also, just so you know, it the breath, all of the areas of the body there. So I'm telling you, God's got you here because we got you. That's just, but we got you, and we understand emotional eating happens when we experience trauma and the loss of a loved one, especially our grandmother, our great grandmother. Is just, I understand. My son, when my grandmother, his great grandmother passed, I mean, he went through something similar when he had his colonoscopy. He had a polyp. Fortunately, it was benign. We got him to come scan. He went on to healthy. Now he's vegan. He's on the right track. But it starts with just getting it with the right people. So you got a community of support. So when you're with people that are going to be there to support you, to pour back into you, because you're pouring into everybody, which makes your cup empty sometimes. The question is, who's pouring into you? That's community. That's family. That's what this network's going to do. So we are proud that you're here today, and we're going to pray for you. We know God is going to be in control, okay? God got you, okay? And he's leading you here so that you can now go on the 21-day detox. And when you go get that test, they're going to say it's healed. Nothing's there, okay? Amen? I know. I'm so glad you came back today. See, God got you, because you were busy today. You came, God believes you.
They're still in it.
Forward to working with you, okay? Yeah, and I want to get you to Chicago too, because I want you to experience the healing machine of the photons and what that does. Yes, telling you, girl.
Okay, are there any questions from those who are on Zoom?
So we done asked God.
Any questions from the Zoom crew? I hope, oh yeah, there's plenty there.
They're
You're not on
they're on the
photo.
wall.
Oh, yeah.
There you go, Kylisha.
That's my shoulder.
Hi. Just have a quick
Kylisha has a question.
Hi, Kylisha.
Hey.
Yeah.
Maybe explained it and I just wasn't paying
Oh,
attention. Is there a difference on the path you would take between being a distributor and running this as an entrepreneurial endeavor?
Well, I mean, the distributor side, when you do the founding member program, it's gonna make you a distributor and you can be the entrepreneur. So that's the good thing about it. It's kind of like some people just want to be a founding member, which means they do that, get the 3 customers, and they're not really trying to build it beyond that. And but it still makes you a distributor. But if you really want to take steps and go further, we're going to show you how to build it as a business, because I know you're a boss. You already make great income, you have a great career. And for you, if you want to say, hey, maybe it starts off as a distributor where you're just a founding member making passive, that's great. But if you want to utilize this as a strategy to replace 6 figures, 7 figures, there's a side to this program as well that can help you do just that. And so that's yeah, you can just be a basic distributor, or you can build it like Fatima's doing, like many of these ladies are doing, to make life-changing income.
Okay.
But it's the same option.
There's infrastructure within Wakanna already to help create that.
Oh, definitely.
It's a system and infrastructure inside of the company already. And now normally, let's say you wanted to be a distributor. I mean, our distributor packs go from $199 to $799 to $14.99. So that's how normally people come in as distributors. Right now, the only difference is you're able to do, it's a different pack, right? So it's not that level. It's at the $19.99 minus the $200 cash back. You can pay it in 2 payments. So it's kind of giving you the best of both worlds. You automatically become a distributor, but in that, you can go and do entrepreneur with us, and you become founding member. So it's kind of like you get it all. And this is where that closes out. So let's say someone signed up with us after November 30th. They would just have the option only of being a distributor at those other levels. They wouldn't have the opportunity to be the founding member who's also a distributor, who's also the entrepreneur. Okay. Yeah.
Get in. Get in.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah, in past years, this has only been available one time a month.
Right.
It's not this special founding member program is not something that goes year round.
Right.
We look forward to it happening Black Friday.
Yeah.
That's when they opened it. Traditionally, that's when it comes around, and this will be the last opportunity for that.
The last opportunity.
Thank you. Wonderful presentation. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. I'm so glad you made it. Okay. It was really great seeing you on today. And I look forward to many more times because I love your energy. It was a great connection. And I know you're the B tribe, the B blood. So you got to plug in with us. Okay.
Yes, my B crew. Yes.
Yes.
Until next time, ladies.
Thank you.
Wait, one more thing. How do you join? How do you get in?
Oh, so we have to send her the link.
I'll send you the link.
Okay. Thank you.
And I'll give you a call and send you the link.
All right. Have a good one.
Safe. You still driving? You going the distance?
I'm parked.
Oh, okay.
I'm parked. I was gonna come, but you guys had already started. I didn't want to come in late, so I just decided to park and watch. I'm right around the corner, actually.
Oh, you sure? Oh, gee.
Yeah. But next time, it's okay. We will meet again in person.
Amen.
All right. Don't miss your flight.
Oh, I know. Thank you for my reminder. Yeah. I'll totally forget. She'll be like, girl, come on.
No, I'll remember.
All right.
Yeah. So I'll connect with you, Kylisha, and get you all the information.
Thanks, Fatima. Thank you, Melissa.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Who else? Anybody else on the Zoom have any questions? So we're about to,
Hi, I just left a message. I just said that it was, I'll be in touch with you, Fatima, and safe travels home, Melissa. But it was a good presentation. I'm glad I joined in today.
Awesome. We're glad you did.
Glad you joined in.
Yep. So I'll talk to you soon.
They hollering at you.
Hey, I see Stephanie come in too.
Hey. Stephanie hollered at you too.
Hey, I'll talk to you all soon, okay?
All righty.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right, we're about to close out because yes, we got to get Melissa to a plane. She's heading back. I'm gonna say our prayers that she have a safe journey back. Maybe. What's that?
Oh, she's doing a
another picture. Okay. All right, I'm going to close the Zoom because we're going to but get back with the person who invited you onto this conversation and this discussion. Let them know what you're interested in. If you have any additional questions, please reach out. You know, you might have some things that you're thinking about after this event. It's just going through your head, and you still have some questions. Please reach out to the person who invited you on so that you can get those questions answered. And hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful night, a safe night. And this is the start of a new week. So hope you enjoy that as well. And I'm looking forward to seeing everyone very soon. Okay, bye-bye.